Hi guys, my name is Louisa and I'm the founder of Funky Fat Foods, and we create snacks that are always high in healthy fats and zero sugar for long-lasting energy.
And I'm Noor. I'm a low-carb dietitian. I'm following keto myself and I have an online nutrition practice.
Today we're going to talk about, I forgot what we're going to talk about.
We're going to talk about fats.
Yeah, of course.
And how to implement more fat into your diet.
Specifically, when you're starting keto, it's probably quite challenging to eat a lot of fat or to implement a lot of fat into your diet. Yeah, and because you're used to maybe consuming more carbs, more fruit, more like bread, etc. So switching that, you would probably eat more vegetables. It's easy because you're going to keep it low carb. But then sometimes it's like, okay, but how the hell do I get all these fats in? So what kind of fat can we recommend to eat?
We can start with unsaturated fat.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, like, with saturated fat, it's fine. Like, it's so fine to eat, but you want to actually use it. So if your body is in
Can you name a few of saturated fats?
Yeah, butter. We have coconut oil, of course.
Ghee. I'm obsessed with ghee.
Yeah, ghee. The fat in animal products, like in meat, for example, in eggs as well. So that's all saturated fat. Like when a fat is solid with room temperature, it's most of the time a saturated fat.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, if you're increasing, or if you're not there yet with like really decreasing your carb intake, so you're still having like quite some carbs, which is fine, then I wouldn't go all in on your butter, because if you're not burning the saturated fat, it can increase your cardiovascular disease risk. We don't want that. So what I would say is increase your unsaturated fats first. For example, if you're making a salad, so you just mentioned, okay, upping your greens, make sure to incorporate fat, because
always sprinkle it off with a lot of fats.
Because that's what I see happening so often, that people are very mindful about their carb intake, but they're not doing anything with their fats. But what are you going to run on? Like, your body needs to have an energy source.
Because you will feel satisfied afterwards.
Yeah.
Otherwise, eating just vegetables, it would just be plain lettuce, doesn't fill you up. You will be hungry afterwards.
All day. Yeah. So that would be a first, like, really good thing to start with. Always incorporate fats with your vegetables.
Yeah, that's true. Also, for example, talking about saturated fat, right? So, for example, cacao butter.
Yeah.
That is also an option that people, for example, when they're vegan, they can also implement either like in their coffee or stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Is it something like you would, with your clients, recommend to start already with adding it, just simple, with adding it to like a salad, maybe a coffee? Maybe that's the easiest approach to start with, right?
I would always do that, because the thing is, like, if the thing you're focusing on is the thing you'll think about. So if I'm saying to clients, okay, we're going to limit your carb intake, then they're thinking about carbs. They're not thinking about the word limiting, they're just thinking about carbs. So what I'm doing is say, we're going to focus on your fat intake, we're going to increase your fat intake, and we're going to increase your protein
intake. And fat is so delicious. So
it's and you know why? Because, like, fat absorbs taste. So when your meal is high in fat and also high in salt, it just gives a lot of taste to your meal.
Absolutely, yeah, that's true. What other fats can we at least recommend for people, just that they know, okay, I can at least eat that?
Coconut oil is fine. So for example, if you have like a coffee and maybe you drink a cappuccino with some milk, always go for the full fat milk, of course, but it's still pretty high in carbs. So what it does, and especially if you have like a cappuccino first thing in the morning, it would kick you out of like the fasting state. And I know that a lot of you are probably interested in intermittent fasting.
Exactly.
It will kick you out. So
would you then eat coconut oil just in your coffee?
That's what I do. That's what I just add. It's just really easy to do. It's like it also, it's a good thing for taste as well. But what it does by adding fat to your cappuccino, to your milk, it's making sure that your blood glucose remains stable.
Yeah, doesn't spike.
No, so your body isn't producing insulin, and it just you're staying in the fasting state.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then also for dinner, if you're having like a very lean protein source, chicken for example, if you're having chicken with skin, you're good to go. But
chicken with skin is the best.
Yeah, I know. It has a lot of collagen, so eat your skin.
Yeah.
But if you decide you don't want to, that's fine too. But always incorporate a fat source, because otherwise you would just have protein and low carb veggies, but that is going to spike your glucose and also your insulin.
Yeah.
So what you do then, just cook it in butter, or add like homemade mayonnaise, which is really easy to make. Or actually, like, it's pretty hard to find a good one with like the healthy fats in Holland. Maybe it's better where you're from. So that's really important. And also, for example, if you're having a vegan approach, whether you have like tofu or tempeh, include fat too.
Coconut oil.
Yeah, because it's
avocado
just protein.
oil. Yeah, perfect. Well, this was another video. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.